From Wish TV, your local news source, this is breaking news.
It was all calm. Everyone was doing their own thing, and then everyone was just running for their lives.
Yeah, I was scared. I couldn't really sleep last night. I kept thinking about it.
One day, 2 mass shootings in a matter of 3 hours. Gunfire erupts inside of a food court. A shooter kills 3 before an armed civilian fires back.
Many more people would have died last night if not for a responsible armed citizen that took action very quickly within the first 2 minutes of this shooting.
And a vigil at a Beach Grove park leaves 1 dead as police search for a gunman on the run.
I'm tired of the violence. There's no reason for all this hate.
And good evening, everyone. On a very busy night, I'm Phil Sanchez. It was a stunning series of events that have unfolded over the last 24 hours. We have team coverage on all the angles of both mass shootings. Let's start with the shooting inside the Greenwood Park Mall. The Johnson County Coroner identifying the victims in a live press conference that you saw right here on Wish TV. They are Pedro Pineda, Rosa Miriam Rivera de Pineda, and Victor Gomez. Our crews are live across parts of central Indiana. We begin tonight with the News 8's Cody Adams. And Cody, you were at that press conference. What did you learn about the timeline?
Yeah, Phil, city leaders spent about a half an hour laying out exactly what happened last night inside that mall. Here's how things timed out inside the Greenwood Park Mall. Police say the 20-year-old shooter, Jonathan Sapperman from Greenwood, arrived at the Greenwood Park Mall just before 5 p.m. and went directly into the food court restroom. Police say Sapperman then stayed in the bathroom for an hour and 2 minutes. They say that's when he came out of the restroom with a .556 caliber rifle and immediately shot Victor Gomez outside of the restroom. He then fired shots into the food court, hitting Rosa Pineda and her husband, Pedro Pineda. They both died from their injuries. Shortly after that, a 22-year-old armed citizen shot Sapperman. Sapperman tried to retreat to the bathroom but died before making it.
I'll not be able to say anything that's already been said by so many other sites of these mass shootings here in America. I don't want to be among the mayors that has to share these statements, but sadly I am. I grieve for these senseless killings, and I ache for the scars that are left behind on the victims and on our community.
Police say it was about 2 minutes from the moment Sapperman came out shooting and the moment he was shot and killed by an armed citizen. Sapperman fired 24 rounds inside the mall. Police found inside of the bathroom the gunman's cell phone. That was inside of a toilet. They say it does have water damage, but they're hopeful they can recover some information from it. They also found the gunman's backpack and inside a second rifle, along with 100 rounds of ammunition inside of that backpack. Now, tonight at 7 o'clock, there's going to be a vigil for those 3 victims of that mass shooting here at Resurrection Lutheran Church in Indianapolis. Reporting live from Indianapolis, Cody Adams, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.
All right, Cody, we'll check back in with you throughout the hour. Thank you very much. Let's bring in News 8's Katira Winfrey now. And Katira, you have the latest on the armed citizen.
Yes, Phil, that armed citizen has been identified as Elijah Dickin. Now, we made the trip down here to Bartholomew County to try to talk to him, and it's been a difficult 24 hours, as you can imagine. And so he and his family are still not ready to talk about what unfolded in that mall. But police say he was in that mall with his girlfriend shopping. They say within 2 minutes of the gunman first firing shots in the food court, Dickin had shot him.
His actions were nothing short of heroic. He engaged the gunman from quite a distance with a handgun, was very proficient in that, very tactically sound, and as he moved to close in on the suspect, he was also motioning for people to exit behind him. He has, to our knowledge, he has police training and no military background.
And as a precaution, police actually took Dicken into custody at first, putting him in handcuffs and taking him to the police station for questioning. They say he cooperated fully. Police then confirmed his statements about the shooting by looking at mall surveillance video, and they let him go. Now, police say Dicken used a Glock handgun. They say he did not have a permit for the weapon, but actually was carrying legally under the state's new constitutional carry law. For now, reporting in Bartholomew County, Katira Winfrey, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.
Tira, thank you. We want to bring in IT mate Richard Essex now. And Richard, you spoke with a teenager who was in the food court when those shots rang out.
Well, at 6 o'clock last night, 15-year-old Drayvon Sanders and his buddies were in the middle of the food court. They're doing what any teenager would do in the middle of the summer at the food court. They were just hanging out. It was an afternoon that will change their lives forever.
I've never been so scared in my life. And then when I got out, I made sure all my friends were with me, and and they were okay.
15-year-old Drayvon Sanders' young mind is stuck, stunned and full of questions over the enormity of what he witnessed.
Chaos everywhere. A bunch of shots fired and then a bunch of running.
When the shooting started, Sanders and his friends started running. He hid behind a concrete pillar in the food court that shielded him from the bullets flying through the room. He believes the pillar saved his life. As the shooting came to an end, one of the victims was just a few feet away.
She was running and her friends were trying to pull her. The one girl I saw, she got hit in the neck.
It took him a minute to find his friends, get outside, and then make the call to his dad.
Call me ASAP, it's an emergency, please answer, please call. So I called him, and as soon as I answered it, just the sound of his voice, it went right through me.
Draven and his friends were taken to the Greenwood Police Department to give a statement. He had planned to spend the night with friends last night. But as the adrenaline wore off, the events of the day, the shooting, the sounds, crept into his thoughts.
I just feel like I can't do anything now. I'm scared to do anything.
Sanders will be a sophomore at Mooresville High School in the fall. The school is offering counseling to him and other students that were in the mall last night. His father is a combat veteran, and he knows the road moving forward for his son will be tough.
The first thing that hit me was man, I wasn't there to protect him. But yeah, I don't think he'll go anywhere without me for a while. So we'll do some fishing and try to find coping skills.
Draven has a long road ahead of him. He is one of 6 children, and it's a very close-knit family. But he did tell me that with school approaching, school starts in just a couple of weeks, that he said going into public space is going to be tough. Richard Essex in Greenwood, Wish TV, IT mate. Back to you, Phil.
Richard, thank you. Just after midnight, police went to the gunman's home, an apartment in the Polo Run Apartments. They didn't stay long at first and had to call in a SWAT team.
When the SWAT team went in to clear it, the oven was on high temperature and had a laptop within the oven and a can of butane. I don't want to speculate what his intentions were, whether it could have been to cause a fire or to damage the laptop, but we did retrieve the laptop, and that is going to go to Quantico to be analyzed. It's been damaged due to the heat in the oven.
Police believe the gunman had recently been served an eviction notice from the apartment. For more perspective now, it's against policy to bring a weapon inside any Simon Property Center. That's according to its code of conduct. Though Greenwood Park Mall, owned by Simon, praised the armed civilian in a statement sent to News 8. Quote, "We grieve for the victims of yesterday's horrific tragedy in Greenwood. Violence has no place in this or any other community. We are grateful for the strong response of the first responders, including the heroic actions of the Good Samaritan who stopped the suspect." Direct quote from Simon Property Group.